look at it, and then we need to identify almost immediately which direction we're going to go with the question, with the essay. So we can look at the question and we can decide, is this a problem and solution essay? Is this a discuss plus opinion? Is this just the opinion, or is this a two-part question? Okay, once we know what the examiner wants from us, we can start thinking of ideas. We can start thinking of what we're going to include and the possible examples, what's going to go into which paragraph. So let me give you an example of those types of problem and solution question. We get knowledge from news, but some people think we cannot trust the journalist. Discuss what you think are important qualities a journalist should have. Right. So can you see we've got the problem and solution? We cannot just ignore the first part of the question. It says we can get knowledge from news, but some people think we cannot trust the journalist. Then the next part of the question says discuss what you think are important qualities a journalist should have. So can you see we've got a problem and a solution. Okay, the first part is cannot trust the journalist. The second part is the solution. Okay, discuss what you think are important qualities a journalist should have. So right there and then we've got the structure of our essay. We've got the introduction, we've got body paragraph 1. We cannot trust the journalist, so we're going to write about that. And then in the next body paragraph it says discuss what you think are important qualities a journalist should have. Self-explanatory. So in body paragraph 2 we're going to talk about the qualities a journalist should have. And then we've got the conclusion. You see, so if I know what type of question it is, it's going to make the whole task of writing the essay a lot easier. Let's have a look at another question. Studying a local language in the host country is the ideal, but not the only way to learn the language. Do you agree with this statement? What type of question is that? Problem plus solution? Two-part question? I'll read it again. Studying a local language in the host country is the ideal, but not the only way to learn the language. Do you agree with this statement? So how am I going to plan my essay for this? Well, introduction, obviously, 3 or 4 lines. Body paragraph 1, studying a local language in the host country is the ideal, but not the only way to learn a language. Do you agree with this statement? So it's asking me if I agree, so it's probably going to be an opinion question, in which case I can either do a discursive essay or I can do a one-sided essay and just argue my case. Okay, discursive essay looks at both sides and then finishes with a conclusion. What I teach, what I prefer, is just going one side all the way from beginning to end. And this is what we could do with this one. We can say in body paragraph 1, studying in a local language, I'm going to agree with this. Okay, I'm going to say that studying in a language, studying in a local country, in a host country, is the ideal and it's the best way. Okay, and then in my next paragraph I'm going to say there are other ways, but they are not as good, okay, because of this. And that's going to be my opinion here, and I'm going to keep the same opinion that studying in the host country is the best way. So I'll say paragraph 1, is the best way because you're surrounded by the language, you're immersed, and you're going to learn about the culture. Okay. Body paragraph 2. You can learn with apps on your mobile phone, with computer programs, with a teacher in your own country. However, the effectiveness is always limited because you have to revert back to your own language more than once every single day. Okay? And that's enough. So this is how I'm going to write my opinion essay. Okay, 2 more types of questions, and then we're going to go into the next stage, which is generating ideas. So write this question down, and try and identify what type of question it is. Okay? In Western universities, there are severe problems with students and their behaviour. What do you think are the causes of this? What solutions can you suggest? Very, very easy, this one. In Western universities, there are several severe problems with students and their behaviour. What do you think are the causes of this? What solutions can you suggest? So, introduction, body paragraph 1, what are the causes of this bad behaviour? Body paragraph 2, what solutions can you suggest? Then a conclusion, and then walk out of the exam singing and dancing because it was so easy. All right, so that was a 2-part question. Final one. It is thought that using leisure time for activities to improve the mind, such as reading and doing word puzzles, is important. Other people feel that it is essential to have a rest and relax during leisure time. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Right. This gets a little bit trickier. Introduction. Body paragraph 1. It is thought that using the leisure time for activities to improve the mind, such as reading, is important. Right. So here what I'm going to do is put in body paragraph 1, I'm going to just go through the question and not repeat it, but say the same, but with different words. I'm just going to say, reading and word puzzles are definitely important. I'll probably just say mental puzzles or language problems or something like that. Okay. So I'll put something like using free time to stimulate the mind in an intellectual manner is undoubtedly a valuable task for the mind. Okay. So can you see I've just rephrased it, and then I'll say this can bring numerous benefits such as blah blah blah. Okay, so that's sort of like part 1 of the question, the discuss. Then it's going to be number 2, body paragraph 2, other people that feel that it is essential to have a rest and relax during leisure time. So in body paragraph number 2, I'm going to talk about leisure time and relaxing and the importance of that. And then in the conclusion, I'm going to say, I'm going to very briefly say, taking advantage of free time is important, but it should be balanced with the amount of rest. This way you can lead a strong, healthy, productive life. Something like that, okay? But this way I'm discussing both views and I'm giving my opinion, which in this case is fairly balanced. Yeah? So that's discuss plus opinion. Can you see, if we analyze the question like this, and we break it down and assign a paragraph for each part of the question, then we're going to pick up full points for task response. In sentenceguide.com, there's a very, very easy procedure which I teach to do this. And then once you get your question analysis sort of like sorted out, what you can do then is use the structure which is taught in the guide to easily construct your paragraph. And honestly, you would be surprised how easy it is. Now, what I want to talk about next is once we've analysed that question, so I'll just go over them again. We've got problem and solution, we've got discuss and opinion, we've just got opinion, and then we've got two-part question. Once we've analysed it and we've made a quick overview and we've assigned basically a paragraph for each part of the question, now we need to start thinking of ideas. But those two parts are kind of related, okay? They're very, very close, because to assign parts of the paragraphs, usually ideas come at that point. Now, what happens if you look at the question and you just have no idea? Okay, this is really common. So here's a very useful technique. Takes some practice, but it's definitely worth doing. So imagine we get the question where it says, there are many college graduates around the world who are highly qualified for the working world, and yet they do not have jobs. What factors contribute to this problem of unemployment, and how can we fix it? So it's basically saying college graduates finish university unemployed, okay, or they have difficulty finding a job. So basically the key gist of the question is that qualified students, engineers or dentists or whatever, and they've qualified as engineers or qualified as dentists, whatever, they are looking for work. So this is basically unemployed graduates. Okay, what can you tell me about unemployed graduates? Pause the recording, try and get your idea generation skills going. Okay, what can you say about unemployed graduates? Okay, so what comes to mind for me is that they've spent a lot of money. Well, what was the question? So how can we fix it? So two ideas immediately. Government programs that guarantee work when the student finishes. Okay. Another way is so that could be body paragraph 2 actually, because it says what factors contribute to this problem of unemployment and how can we fix it. So body paragraph 1 is what factors contribute to this problem. Body paragraph 2, how can we fix it? So what contributes to this problem? Perhaps too many graduates, not enough jobs. So government could limit the amount of higher education places, and this would reduce the supply of graduates. Okay, this is just one idea. It's not my personal opinion. It's just one idea. How can we fix it? We could say government. Okay, so I just answered it there. So what contributes to it? Too many graduates coming out of universities. This is the problem. This is what's contributing to it, and slow economic growth. How can we fix it? Body paragraph 2. Government could limit places. The government could improve the economy so there's more jobs available. Lots of different ideas. But if these ideas don't come to you, I'll give you the technique now. So as I said before, unemployed graduates. What we can do is we can research about this topic. Okay, we can just put into Google BBC unemployed graduates. We could put TED Talk unemployment. We could put Wikipedia unemployed graduates. Okay, so what we do is, this is like our pre-exam preparation. We go through long lists of questions, which you can find at IELTSPodcast.com, and you can get a PDF with 240 IELTS Task 2 questions. If you just go to IELTSPodcast.com/sign, get your 240 questions and do them. But we just work through the questions. If we can think of ideas, then we're okay. If we can't think of ideas, then we need to start researching the topic, and this is how we do this. So you put unemployed graduates, TED Talks, or climate change, Wikipedia. And a really good way which I discovered the other week, was if you just put unemployed, in our case, unemployed graduates, then put report, and then put PDF, okay, you're going to find some really good quality PDFs, okay? Get the ones that come from the US, from Canada, from England, from Australia, because they're written by native speakers, so the English is going to be perfect, okay? Get the ones written by the universities or by councils, by governments, by education facilities, whatever, and just put unemployed graduates report PDF, okay? And you just open it up and go straight to the conclusion or go to the executive summary, get the idea, and then you can read through, get some vocabulary, and start forming an opinion, okay? Usually they've got some graphs as well, which are perfect because you can get a very quick idea of the situation. Okay, and then once you've started filling your head with this information, you can go back to the question and start forming an opinion. Okay, so just a quick summary. Get some questions, start developing this skill of idea generation. Okay, so first get the questions, start identifying what the examiner wants from each question. Try and divide up the question into paragraphs. Like, okay, this is going to be body paragraph 1. This is going to be body paragraph 2. Then I'm going to start thinking of ideas. And if I can't get any ideas, if your mind goes blank and you're just thinking, ugh, this is disgusting, this is horrible, then it's time to jump onto Google, start researching, start filling up your head, and then start constructing your essay. And if you're at that stage and you're getting ideas, or if you just want to do this whole process quicker, you can go to sentenceguide.com. There's a course there, really good. I always get thank you emails all the day, every week from students who've passed. It comes with the guaranteed jump to a band 7 or it's free. But it's also helps students get up to a 8 or 9, and it's just a much faster way of doing this, okay? And you'll get feedback all the way to really help you to improve, push you to improve, and you get 8 essay checks as well, okay? So it's just a faster way of doing it. That's sentenceguide.com. Have a look there. And if you're not at that stage and you want to just keep practicing by yourself, maybe you're not in a rush, maybe you just want to get some more material first, then you can go to IELTSPodcast.com/sign and download a really big ebook full of sample essays, mini tutorials, speaking topic cards, lots of different stuff in there. Okay, well, have a fantastic day, and if you've got any problems, send me an email, or we'll have a chat on Facebook, whichever. And yes, have a fantastic day, and remember, you can do this. So many students have come from really bad situations. They've taken the test 6-7 times and the confidence is on the floor, but you'll only fail if you stop trying. So keep trying and you will get there, and I'm here to help you as well. Have a great day. All the best.